Unlimited is ARC Theatre's dynamic primary school engagement resource designed to counter extremism and build stronger communities. The programme offers practical teacher training before working with children in school, aiming to create more resilient communities, stand up to extremism in all its forms, and offer vulnerable individuals a positive alternative, regardless of race, faith, sexuality, age, and gender.
Sunday, September the 3rd, 1939. Today is my 10th birthday. I got a dress and matching hair ribbons from Mummy and Daddy, a penny from Nanny Roberts, and half a penny from Auntie May. My brother Stanley gave me a dead beetle in a matchbox. He said it was the biggest he'd ever found. I gave it back to him. It was disgusting. I don't know why boys like creepy crawly things. On the radio this morning, Mr. Chamberlain, the Prime Minister, told us that we were at war with Germany. Mummy and Daddy were very worried. Stanley started jumping around pretending to have a gun and saying that we were going to clobber the Germans. Daddy told him to stop being silly and that war was a serious thing. He was in the army in the last war, but he doesn't like to talk about it. Stanley said that if it was really bad, we might not have to go to school tomorrow. Mummy said that she was sure we would.
Unlimited features an original piece of live theatre specially created for young people and written by Clifford Oliver. The play, Outsider, uses a fictional story set in World War II to open up the debate on difference, prejudice, tolerance, empathy and respect.
What are you two doing down here?
We could ask you the same question.
This is my place.
What do you mean, your place?
Yeah, what do you mean, your place?
I wasn't talking to you.
Well, this is our house.
Oh yeah, you reckon?
Well, it was our house before it was bombed.
Well, it ain't your house no more, is it? It don't belong to no one.
Suppose not.
Yeah, but then it don't belong to you then, does it?
It doesn't belong to him.
That's what I said.
No, you said I don't. Never mind.
Well, maybe you're right, but it's still my place, my headquarters.
Headquarters for what?
Can't tell you, that's a secret.
Using age-appropriate language, techniques and exercises, we take young participants on a journey of human behaviour, exploring today's technological era whereby everything from bullying, peer pressure and fake news through to propaganda, hate crime and extremism is amplified and accelerated by way of the internet and wider media.
All right, Squirt, there's one piece left. You can have it. The thing is, if you eat this chocolate, it means that you're in. It means that you're a member.
Member of what?
Can't tell you that, you have to eat the chocolate first.
Well, I have the chocolate. Does that mean I'm a member?
If you want to be, yes.
All right, I'll have some.
Right, hold out your left hand.
Other one.
What?
Right, now both of you, hold up your right hands like this. And repeat after me. I solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
that I will hunt down Nazi spies and fifth columnists.
that I will hunt down Nazi spies and fifth columnists.
Copolis.
Columnists.
Coloris.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Oh, Stan!
Can we get on with this?
Come on, the chocolate's melting.
And I will serve the British Spy Capture Squad
And I will serve the British Spy Capture Squad.
and keep its secrets
Keep its secrets.
until we have rid our lands of all enemies.
Until we have rid our land of all enemies.
Right, that's it. Now you can eat the chocolate.
Yes. British Spy Capture Squad.
And not to say that name anywhere outside of here.
Are there any other members?
Well, yeah, but they have to remain a secret.
Anyone I might know?
Well, there's Cyril.
Cyril Donahue.
Cyril Donahue, he's a bit strange.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's mainly undercover, and so don't say anything to him. Don't say anything to anyone for that matter.
Yes, sir.
And we should probably have nicknames too. I'll be Skip.
I bet I can guess what mine's going to be.
You can be Squirt.
Yeah, I thought as much.
I could be Jane.
Jane.
Like Jane Eyre.
All right, you can be Jane.
Through ARC's engaging workshop activities and discussions, which aim to promote British values, young people will learn to celebrate unity in diversity while sensitively exploring and challenging a range of damaging extremist narratives.
Right, now we need to do a roll call. Jane?
Yes, Skip.
Squirt.
Yes, Skip.
Right, now has anyone got anything to report? Jane?
Well, not really. I mean, I went to the Dolomites to get some flour for my mum. He asked me how I was, and he inquired if I'd had any news from my father.
And where is your father?
He's in India. He's in the army. He's in the artillery on the big guns.
No, you can't say that sort of information. That's exactly the information that the spies are looking for. Please don't tell me you said that to Mr. Dolomeo.
No, of course not. I just said that he was all right.
Okay, so did he ask anything else?
Not really. I mean, I think he was just being friendly.
Well, I think we should keep an eye on him. I want you to go there as many times as possible this week and write down anything that he asks. And don't tell him nothing.
Yes, Skip.
Squirt, what about you?
Well, I decided to follow Dr. Hodder.
Hodder? That's a foreign sounding name.
Exactly what I thought. And as a doctor, they get to ask people questions. I mean, that's what they do.
The perfect cover for a spy.
And, wait for it, drives a Mercedes-Benz.
A German car.
The exact same one as Adolf Hitler.
Great work, Squirt. So, did you follow him?
Yeah, to his car.
Well, then where did he go?
Well, I don't know, he drove off.
That's a pity.
Yeah, but I do remember his license plate, and it was CMG 693, and the parking wheel is on the left side. So all I've got to do is look around for a car parked outside, and I'll know what house he lives in.
Great work, Squirt. Anything else?
Yeah. There's a new boy that started out of school this term. His name's John. Thing is, doesn't really speak much or have many friends, and when he does talk, he doesn't talk proper. Well, not like how me and you do.
Alright, go on.
Well, I decided to follow him after school, and I followed him to a house on Hove Avenue.
And he didn't see you?
No, of course not. So I decided to stick around for a bit to see who's coming and going. After about half an hour, he re-emerged with an older lady. What I thought she was. I mean, she's too old to be his mum. I thought it might be his nan or something.
Well, where did they go?
Well, they went up Markle's Road. They popped into the butcher's for a bit, and then they came back out and started going towards the high street. Well, that's what I thought. Then they took a right into the train station.
So did they get on a train?
No. They were just waiting at the ticket window. I used that time to get a bit closer to them, because they were talking, but I couldn't really understand what they were saying. To be honest, I don't think they were speaking English. Then a train turns up and loads of people come through again. Then this younger lady comes up to them. She's holding a suitcase. They know each other. And she calls him by his name, but the thing is she calls him Johannes.
Germans. Right here, in your school.
But why are you going to call yourself John if your real name's Johannes?
Because you've got something to hide.
And her suitcase was the perfect size for one of them radio transmitter things.
We've got to tell people about this. We've got to warn them.
Yeah, so what do we do?
We could write a letter. We could write a letter and make lots of copies and then hand them around to people.
You can use my press kit and make it look proper official.
Yeah, and maybe we can make posters.
Yeah, what are we going to put on it?
I think you should start with the word warning at the top.
Okay, warning.
In capital letters.
And an exclamation point.
And underlined.
Okay, warning, exclamation mark, underlined. It has come to the attention of the BSCS that the boy in our school who says his name is John...
Edelman.
That's not English.
Definitely a Nazi.
John Edelman is in fact, should I put German or Nazi?
Nazi. He might be Austrian or something.
Is really a Nazi and is in fact called Johannes.
Yeah, now put a bit about the radio transmitter.
What should I say about it?
Say that we have evidence that his family have a radio transmitter.
We have evidence that his family have a radio transmitter with which they use to send messages from their home at
16 Hove Avenue.
16 Hove Avenue. These people are a danger to us all. We must take care.
Signed.
Signed, the BSCS.
God save the King.
Good.
That should do it.
Right, now, you two go home and get printing. And if you could bring some round to me, now that you know where I live.
Yes, Skip.
And then we'll meet back here next Saturday for a progress report.
200 boys and girls wave a greeting to England, land of the free. They are between the ages of 5 and 17, the advance guard of the first 5,000 Jewish and non-Aryan child refugees from Germany. They'll be provided with a temporary home here, while arrangements are made for them to immigrate. Coaches take them to camp at Dovercourt, run by the British Committee for the Care of Children from Germany, and the youngsters tuck in as if they hadn't a care in the world. What a blessing to be young.
Sunday, 20th of June, 1943. This has been the worst week of my life. We wrote a letter about a boy in school. We thought he was a Nazi spy. We told everyone his name and where he lived. It was all a bit of a game, really. I didn't think anyone would take it seriously. But somebody did. Somebody went round to his house and put a lighted rag soaked in oil through the letterbox. The whole house burnt down. Johannes and his family were lucky to survive. I thought at first it must have been Victor, but it turned out that he had given the letter to a boy called Cyril, and he was the one who'd started the fire. The police have taken him away. A lady called Mrs. Bernstein wrote a letter to the school which was read out in assembly. She said Johannes and his family had been living in Berlin in Germany when the war broke out. So when the Nazis came to power, they had to escape because they were Jewish. They managed to get Johannes on a train to England. His older sister Elsa had escaped to Holland, but his mother and father were both killed. When Johannes came to England, he didn't speak any English, and he lived with lots of different foster families until Mrs. Bernstein, who was his mother's cousin, came to find him and took him to live with her. Then his sister managed to leave Holland and move secretly through France, and then she got a boat across the channel so that she could be with her brother and be reunited together. For a few days they were just so happy together. They'd never dared to dream that this would ever happen again. And then fire happened, and now they've had to find somewhere else, safer to live. I feel so guilty. It's just all my fault, and there's just nothing that I can do about it.